Ayo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, the first ever remote show for us. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Our bets account is at CHGO_bets. What's up, millionaire? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm great, man. I'm feeling good. We both are feeling good. We are like, I'm back over $100, and it's nice to see you're like, on the hottest heater that you've had since this show launched. Like, we're feeling good. We're just riding, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. We're feeling great. I'm feeling good going into the weekend.
I've never been this hot, and that just feels like I am. I'm coming for a letdown. It feels like the letdowns are on the corner. And of course, we're choosing to bet NBA basketball today, which is my weak spot. So
I'll try to think positively.
Yeah, thank you, Lawrence, and that's our producer, Lawrence, the Law Dog.
We're like from the Elmwood Park branch of CHGO, which is I have to sit like 4 feet from my router. Apparently, my Wi-Fi is not great today, so sorry about that, everyone.
I'm in a closet, so I'm surprised that my Wi-Fi is
I know, seriously. And then like Cody, I think he's standing. Like this is quite
kitchen.
I am.
This is quite a scene we've got here today.
Yeah, right. And I love the background that you got. First off, the Chicago map, which is sick, but yeah, that's the one I want to talk about. The Pearl Jam one. Is that Pearl Jam Cracker Jack?
That's the 2013 Wrigley Field. Let's just look at it.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
So that's sick. Yeah, and the best part is my buddy waited in line for like 2 hours. I didn't even have to stand in line.
Congrats.
He got it for me and put it in a tube and sat through the whole show with it. And then I met him afterwards and got it. And now this thing's going for like, that thing is going for like $7,500, I think. We've looked him up. It's crazy.
Hold on to that.
Yeah. It's mine.
Hold on to that forever. But you're right. I mean, like, I went to a Pearl Jam concert, I think like 2017. This is why, CHGO Bets also presented by Pearl Jam concerts. But like the merch lines are crazy, and they had like pop-up stores and everything. And it's like, guys, I love Pearl Jam, but like, I'm not going to wear this shirt. It's going to sit in my closet and I'm not going to put it on ever again. So like the posters are cool, but the posters sell out way too fast. So your buddy's a lifesaver, man.
I know. He was the best. Yeah. I actually, it's funny you say that because the second Wrigley Field set of shows, the 2017, I stood in line with the guy who got me a ticket and of course watched him get posters, and then I just bought a t-shirt. And then afterwards I was like, why did I do that? What am I thinking?
The best Pearl Jam t-shirt I ever bought was off the street outside of Wrigley. It was commemorating that 2013 Wrigley show that I did not even go to. It was just in the neighborhood. It was there. It was like $20, and I still have it and still holding up. So shout out to Pearl Jam, great band.
Cody, let's get to your bank, huh?
Yeah, right. Let's talk about, are we up? Are we down? There is no reason to be down today because look at those numbers. That's the biggest that number's been since we started the show back on March 4th. 39.02 for me. Absolute heater that I'm on. Cody, you're up to 106. So you went from 112 all the way down to 12, all the way up to 106. Congratulations, man. That's a crazy run.
Yeah, I hit every bet on the Cubs Rockies game last night.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even ever really a doubt, except for those Chris Bryant 2+ bases almost got screwed over. We need to have like a conversation with the people in Vegas or whoever on how these total base like stats are recorded. Like,
it's not that hard.
Well, I know it's not that hard, but like you should get a total base if you walk or if you get on base and then steal a base. Like you should get a base.
But it's total bases off of hit. That's on base. That's not. It's all only counted for hits because it's connected to slugging percentage.
Yeah,
so that's
sorry, bro.
That's why they have on base. I still think it's
percentage. Dumb. I get what you're saying, but I still think it's dumb.
They count those total bases by walks. That's how they are hit by.
Well, so last night, Chris Bryant. He lined one out into left field, and whoever was on second for the Rockies, I think he thought that, because it was through like the third and like between third and shortstop, like a liner, like not like a high one, but like, just kind of went through. Wisdom almost had it. And I guess he thought that Wisdom caught it. So he went back to second. So I think it was Ian Happ. He was able to just throw the guy out at third base. And instead of giving Chris Bryant a hit, they gave him a fielder's choice.
Oof.
So I went to the 9th inning with him coming to the plate with only one total base. And
Okay,
thank God he got a hit. Like,
And
that would have been a brutal
that's a
beat.
weird scoring decision.
well, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch the. I mean, that is a fielder's choice because the guy didn't run, right? I mean, but so was there a guy on first? So was it a force?
Yeah,
out
it
on
was like
third?
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was first and second. So yeah, it was a force out.
Just
Okay.
blame the
But it's
Rockies
just-
guy. That's on you. That's on the
Yeah.
Rockies. Not
Bro,
knowing
for
how to run
sure.
bases.
Yeah,
For
he's trying to mess with Cody's bank account. That's not
Exactly.
cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a hit.
Well, thank God. No, well, I mean, yeah, I guess it was, but I mean, you know, you got
Chris Bryant should be mad about his batting average when it came to that too, because he ended up going 2 for 5. Should have been 3 for 4 or
Yeah, 3 for 5.
3 for 5. Yeah.
But thankfully that 9th inning hit capped because I also went perfect in my Cubs bets. I took the money line, Cubs money line plus 100, so that hit for me, and I took Chris Bryant plus 2 hits. I'm listening in the car. Pat Hughes is calling this Michael Givens Chris Bryant at bat, and he laces one down the right field line, and I immediately text you, boom,
Yeah.
like I was so pumped for that. So I'm glad that Chris Bryant is red hot. So you should probably just keep betting him, huh?
It's funny at the office. So like the Blackhawks guys were in, and obviously it was the last night for Pat Foley calling a game, and so like on one TV we had the Hawks game, and then the other TV we had the Cubs game, and like both ended around like the same time. But like I think the Blackhawks won the game right as Chris Bryant got that hit. So like everyone's like celebrating the Hawks game, and I'm celebrating Chris Bryant getting a hit for my bet, and like that's when you're just a pure degenerate, man.
That's degen behavior right there. It's fine. It's right there.
Degen behavior is rooting for Chris Bryant in the 9th inning with 1 out to get a hit, and then for them to immediately get a double play and win the game. That was my degen behavior last night. Oh,
yeah.
Man. But my degen behavior has been great. I'm 4-6 yesterday. Tim Anderson record 2 hits. That one hit at plus 210. Jesse Winker to record 2 bases. That didn't hit. Logan Gilbert under 5.5 strikeouts. That hit for me. Jimmy Lambert, I took the White Sox in the 5th inning, plus 1.5. That one did not hit. But then money line for the Cubs before the game. That one hit. And then Chris Bryant to record 2 hits. So 4-6 yesterday. I'm on fire.
4-2.
Oh, right. 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6.
6.
4 out of 6 ain't bad. That was the Meatloaf song, right?
Yes, exactly. 4 out of 6 ain't bad. Exactly.
And this week, we'll talk about some series that could be 4 out of 6. We'll talk about the NBA coming up. We'll give you some future ideas. We'll give you some picks that we have for some single games, and we'll give you some series picks as well. So it should be fun here on CHGO Bets Daily. Lawrence, before we get into an ad read here, have you been betting, or are you staying away?
I have not replenished my own account, which is something that I yelled at you about. I need to do that. It's just I don't know. I haven't done it.
Right now, I feel like it's the right time right now, just because
It
Cody
is.
and I are hot.
I know.
Right now is the perfect time for you to jump in and lose all your money. So that's
No.
yes.
We're gonna keep going. We're going up. Riding the wave.
No, now we're getting cold. This is when we get cold. That's what happens on points.
But I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait though.
The best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. That's not it, Cody and Lawrence. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we will help you out. PointsBet is your home for live in-play betting, and it just got even better. Introducing PointsBet's newest feature, the live NBA same-game parlay. When you're watching the playoffs this weekend, take advantage because for the first time ever, you can build the perfect live NBA same-game parlay only with PointsBet. Combine your favorite bets anytime during the game. And if you want more, you can also boost your live same-game parlays. You can watch live, parlay live, and boost live with PointsBet. Right now, they have a great deal for you if you want to get this in. If you want to bet on the Cavs game tonight and then immediately bet on the Pelicans-Clippers game, you can put a $20 wager down on a free live same-game parlay, and then you'll get a $20 free bet. But you got to use them on the 2 games because that free bet expires on the 15th. So take advantage of some of the great deals that PointsBet has, and you can do that by signing up online. Sign up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, Cody, do you want to start with Big 3 or do you want to start with this NBA stuff?
Let's do the Big 3. Okay. All right. Let's do the
No,
NBA.
let's do big three. Let's do big three. You
All
said
right.
big three. All right, Cody, give
Okay.
us your big three first.
Yeah, let's
All right.
big three.
So obviously we're talking a lot about the NBA, but the Cubs and Rockies play tonight, and I'm sticking with what's been working for me, guys. I like Chris Bryant to record 2 total bases. Going into the series, everyone's like, "Oh, Chris Bryant to homer, Chris Bryant to homer." I don't think he homers again tonight. Marcus Stroman has been, believe it or not, has great numbers at Coors Field. But I do think Chris Bryant will have a decent game. He's 3 for 6 against Stroman in his career. And again, the narrative revenge factor, whatever you want to call it. We were just talking, Bryant should have had 3 hits last night if it weren't for that guy at second base who doesn't know how to run. So yeah, at -115, I'll take Bryant to get 2 total bases again. And then let's do Herman Marquez under 4.5 strikeouts at +125. This is a little dicey. I'm riding with it because opposing pitchers' strikeouts against the Cubs are 5, or the under on opposing pitchers going up against the Cubs so far this year is 5-1. I've been riding it. The only reason that I'm writing it is because of that record, and also because I still do kind of feel like the books haven't caught up on the new look Cubs offense. Marquez did strike out 5 guys against the Dodgers in his first start.
Dodgers are pretty good.
Yeah, and I believe that start was also at Coors Field as well. So, I think that Patrick Wisdom is going to be he's going to be given a night off tonight, and that will help this under hit because he is the one who's mainly striking out for the Cubs right now.
Yeah.
Jason Hayward is also kind of suspect as well, but he also has good numbers against Marquez. He's batting 410 at bats, so that's why I like him to get 2 total bases, which is kind of Cubs fans know Jason Hayward. He's
I was surprised by that. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing. I felt like people were ready to kick Hayward off the team,
right?
Going into this season. So the fact that
the thing
I see you going with Jason Hayward to record 2 bases, that's bold right there, baby. I love it.
Well, I definitely think that David Ross is going to have him out there for defense tonight. But because he has good numbers against Marquez, I might as well ride with it. With that outfield and everything.
Yeah, just get a double. All you gotta
exactly.
Hit it somewhere where they ain't.
Hit it off that fucking scoreboard in right field. That's a double machine right there. So,
and I didn't put it in the big 3. I guess it would have been a big 4, but I already placed a bet on Cubs money line +100 because Marcus Stroman has a Jackie Robinson tattoo, and he, like I said, he has pitched well at Coors Field. So we're going full narrative on it.
The narrative is that you want the Cubs to win every single game.
Yeah, that is true.
You want the Cubs to go 161-1.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, they did play. They are 4-2. They're playing well. You know what I mean? Like, again, as far as the pitcher strikeout thing, I do feel like the books haven't caught up on that yet. But going in as an underdog after winning last night, and you have arguably your best starter. I know that's also the best starter for Colorado as well. But again, it's baseball. You never know. So
yeah, no, the Marquez one is bold. I like it. I mean, history or at least stats are on your side. I mean, this Cubs team is extremely patient. They'll work counts absolutely. Historically, Marquez in Coors Field against the Cubs, 3 1/3, 5 strikeouts, but 6 earned runs. And then this was back on 2017, 8 innings, no earned runs, 8 Ks. But those are 2 different teams. This is not the same team before the pandemic. This is not your Chris Bryant, your Anthony Rizzo's, your Javier Baez. This is a completely different look team. But he is a guy that can rack up Ks. So I do wonder what his splits are home and away and just how his stuff looks at Coors Field. Maybe this is a difficult.
Hey, that's why he's getting plus money.
Right. That is why you're getting plus money to take the under. So, I mean,
last night the under was almost plus money, and it was never a doubt. Like Kyle Freeland finished with 1 strikeout. Who did he strike out? Patrick Wisdom. Yeah. Again, I think Patrick Wisdom is going to be on the bench tonight just because, it's just been bad for him so far. I think he needs a couple days off to reboot, refresh. And Jonathan VR has been mashing since the last couple games. So I think he's going to be in there at third base tonight. Getting the lineup isn't out yet, so we obviously don't know, but I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. So, and that's why I think the books are assuming that Wisdom's going to be in the lineup. And
yeah,
again, I could see it happening. I mean, like you said, Marquez, he knows how to get strikeouts, but at the same time, like the way that the Cubs offense is patient and just putting the bat on the ball at the very end of the day. If they're not getting hits, there's just not a lot of strikeouts. So I'm just gonna keep riding it until it starts to bite me in the ass, man.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to keep riding it. I'm with you. I think I'll keep riding the White Sox too, because they seem to have a similar MO against pitchers. Let's go to my big three, and we'll talk about that, because I'm taking Drew Rasmussen under 3.5 strikeouts. 3.5 is a very, very low total, but he's not a guy that has a ton of length. He doesn't go super long. I think the most that he goes is 5 innings. He really won't go past that. And really, historically, I think he only had 1 strikeout game last year over 5. So, it's will he end at 3? Will he end at 4? It's really just kind of playing that teeter-totter. It's 115, a minus 115, either way, the over or the under. The White Sox have just been so good at not striking out. Like, they weren't striking out against, like really, really good pitchers like Robbie Ray and like Casey Mize and stuff like that. Like, they're doing very well against pitchers. The only guy they've struggled against was the bullpen of the Mariners yesterday. 1 walk to 9 strikeouts. That would be the one time that not taking the under for the over for their strikeouts would hit. So I'm going with Drew Rasmussen. I think the White Sox will fix their issues from yesterday, striking out 9 times. I'll take the under for Drew Rasmussen, 3.5 Ks. I'll also take the Cavs on the money line, plus 115. They are hosting the Hawks tonight in the NBA play-in game. And then I'm going with Nikola Jokic, and this is on 4/16. So this is tomorrow. Nikola Jokic to score 25 points, grab 10 boards, and a Nuggets win in the opening game against the Warriors. I was also going to roll with Paul George under points, but he's out. He's not playing in this game. So I wish I took the Pelicans money line before that news was announced, because that would have been some nice odds.
Yeah, I got it at -1. I ended up taking it. I got the Pelicans basically right at even money. So nice. It's not a bad bet with George out. I think the Clippers still have some guys, but I mean, still the Pelicans.
The Pels, it's weird. The money line, like the Pelicans are still getting a point on the spread, but the money line is actually -115, and the Clippers is -105.
Right, because no one wants to deal with that bad beat of pushing if they only win by 1 point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if anything, you could I'd feel comfortable teasing the Pels to minus points. I mean, I'd feel comfortable putting them at -2. You can get that right now on PointsBet at plus 110. So I'll take my own advice, plus 110. So there's another one, plus -2.5 for the Pelicans. I just took that $4 on that 110 money line. So
hey, let's talk Bulls.
I do think that the Pels will probably win this one. Yeah, let's talk Bulls. Bucks Bulls. You got a lot of fun ways that you can bet this series on PointsBet. If you go to the main menu on the left-hand side, Cody showed me this. Under featured, you'll see name a bet, booster odds, and then NBA playoff series. So Cody, looking at those little odds for the Bucks Bulls series, anything stick out to you? Bulls are series winner plus 650. I don't think you're going with that.
Nah, I if I want to be if I was looking to burn cash, then yeah, you know what I mean. But I am looking at the series total games. This has actually been a little bit of a topic in the office this week. I like it at 4 games or 5 games, and I mean that sucks as a Bulls fan, because I just think the Bucks are going to come in and roll. But you can get 5 games at plus 180 for that amount of games, and that's thinking that the Bulls would win 1 game and the Bucks would win the other 4. I mean, even 4 games at plus 250. I mean, I don't want to think that the Bucks are going to go 8-0 against the Bulls this year, but like that's how bad it's been when they've played the Bucks and like just good teams in the East in general.
Yeah,
I mean, at those odds, like I think it's worth like dabbling on, no doubt.
When the Bulls were playing against the Bucks and playing well against the Bucks, losing by 4, losing by 6, they had Lonzo. But without Lonzo, they've been absolutely getting destroyed by the Bucks. So if I'm looking at any of these, I understand your Bulls homerism here, being like, well, maybe they'll get a game. I do think it'd be ridiculous for any NBA team to go 8-0 versus another NBA team. But this is a very, very good Bucks team. I honestly think I'm going to completely avoid picking the series total right there. I don't like the series correct score of trying to nail the who's going to win 4-1 or 4-2. Like you can pick that out. You can get Bucks 4-3 right now. If you think it's going to go to 7 and the Bucks win at plus 500, series total games, 4 games plus 250, 5 games plus 180, 6 games plus 275, 7 games plus 350. I don't see the Bulls winning 6 games. I don't see the Bulls pushing it to 7 games. So you're really only looking at a sweep or they win 1. Vegas right now is telling you that the Bulls are likely to win 1, having the odds there be plus 180 compared to plus 250 on a sweep. But I think that if I'm going to play anything this round, I'm going to go series correct score after 3 games. I'll go Bucks 3-0. I think they'll be up 3-0 after 3 games, plus 140. Do the Bulls push it to a game 5? Maybe, but my crystal ball's too murky, you know?
See, my thing with that is like, I feel like if the Bulls do get a game, it would be game 1, just because it'd be kind of a trap game.
Will Gottlieb has been saying on our CHGO Bulls
if they
podcast.
were to get one, because it would then be like they would get that one in Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee would turn it on after, laying an egg. But again, like, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how many.
They haven't laid an egg yet,
Bulls to win game 1 and lose the series is plus 450.
I just think if Milwaukee goes up 3-0 in that series,
game 1 series double.
If Milwaukee goes up 3-0 in that series, I just feel like the Bulls will then just be lifeless and would just get swept.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But man, right now, like, again, I would lean to this series going 5, but I just don't know where that one game is coming from. So I guess if I were to take the series correct score after 3 games, I would probably take it at the, for the options here. I would probably take it at Bucks 3-0. Because it's either Bulls 2-1 or Bulls 3-0. That ain't gonna happen. And then Bucks 2-1 at plus 110. I mean, I guess that one might be, you would assume maybe the Bulls would get that first one and then the Bucks win the next 2. And then, one of those 2 options, the 2-1 or the 3-0, which are the lower odds. But I mean, it's logical. It makes sense. I
don't see the Bulls winning. I honestly
you just like you right, and that's what sucks right now for all of us here in Chicago is
they're
that
in the playoffs. Who cares? They weren't supposed to be in the playoffs.
I don't know about that, man. You don't go sign Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan.
The worst free agency. No, I mean, like, there was no expectation. I mean, Lonzo wasn't supposed to be that good. Lonzo was fantastic with the Bulls. That was the best he's ever looked. DeMar, this is the best he's ever looked. They weren't supposed to go to the playoffs. I didn't pick them.
True.
I thought DeMar sucked. I thought that was a stupid signing for them.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that they did help me win a bunch of money early on in the year. So I got
all that matters.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. We love the Bullets for that. And hey, maybe they'll be better next year. The one other thing I want to throw out there's a series assist and rebound leaders. I'm skipping away from those. They seem pretty tough, very in favor of Drew Holiday and Giannis to take away the rebound leader and assist leader. But the 3-point leader, the series 3-point leader, I think that one could be fun. Zach LaVine plus 100, Chris Middleton plus 150, Grayson Allen plus 300. I really do think that Middleton plus 150 is probably your best odds right there. So I would say, that's probably like, it's not the best odds. It's not the lowest odds right there, but I do think Middleton probably can knock a few down. So I'd take him plus 150.
They want you to take Zach LaVine's over tonight on points, by the way, for game 1. I think it's 24.5, I think. And
that's Cody's thing. Cody,
my thing.
Yeah, Cody takes LaVine's points. I'll take the under on that.
Giannis is like 32.5. I don't know
if he gets
32.5. Yeah.
I think if he has a game, he'll have like I think it'll be really spread out. This won't be a Giannis series. This will be a Bucks series.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the 3-point leaders, there's no like real value. I mean, maybe Drew Holiday at plus 700, but I do think the reason that LaVine or Middleton are like the highest favored ones is just because they're going to get more volume.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna jack it up more, and that's why. And I ain't betting on Grayson Allen. I hate that guy. So I would take LaVine or Middleton on that if I were to bet that. Do we want to look at any other series like the Celtics and Nets for?
Well, I mean, whatever you want to throw out there. I was going to give the only other thing I had left was an outright winner for this year. I'll give a playoff winner, and then I mean that's the only one I have is an outright for future NBA champion.
Well, I just think that the Celtics Nets series is super interesting, and when you can get the Nets at plus 120 to just win that series, like. it's going to be tough and it's going to be a sweat.
Yeah.
I think that series goes 6 or 7 games, but like plus money on Kevin Durant and Kyrie, like nothing against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but they also don't have their like one of their best defenders who was in the chase for Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Kyrie's going to play every game, and there's a lot of pressure on KD and Kyrie to do well because they they all were like, we don't really need a coach, so that's why they hired Steve Nash and like all this stuff. Like, and after last year, how KD basically carried them without Kyrie, I think the Nets are a sneaky play here, as much as I don't really want them to win just because like the way they were formed. But as far as betting, I like the Nets at plus 120.
I want to point people towards the booster odds. If you go to the main menu on PointsBet, you can go down to the Hustle Boost, and since you like the Nets, you can get Boston or Brooklyn to win the Eastern Conference Finals. That's boosted from 190 to plus 210. So if you like the Nets, if they get knocked out, they're going to be getting knocked out by the Celtics. So hey, you're taking.
I don't hate the Celtics either to win.
The only thing about that kind of scares me is that like the road, because after that series is over, one of those teams has to go play, I believe, like the number 1 seed. It would either be Miami or Milwaukee. So it's either like one of those 2 teams, I believe, is what it is. So it's like the road to just get to the finals is going to be insanely tough.
I don't know. The Celtics, I feel like, have kind of been the best team in the East. You know, they were so bad at the start of the year.
For sure.
And they turned it on.
Yeah, they've been clicking. I just don't love their interior defense, but I heard that they might even be getting Robert Williams back by the second series. So that could be improving there. Luke saying Kobe White's hitting the most threes on the Bulls this series. Book it. You got to bet for the whole series though. That's the unfortunate thing, is that you got to bet it for the entire series. So you got to take in the Bucks here as well.
If Kobe White leads the Bulls on 3-point shooting, just like in general, like if he makes more threes than anyone else on the Bulls, then he was either in there for a lot of garbage time or the Bulls are going to win more than one game. Like it's one of those two.
Kobe to lead the series in threes plus 1,200. So that's the one that you got to watch out. Charles Ruby plus money on KD sounds like a great bet, especially if the Time Lord doesn't play. KD and Kyrie need to show up. Otherwise, their time in Brooklyn has been worse than LeBron in LA. At least he won. KD has to win. Absolutely. I mean, I don't really think that you could say that LeBron's time in LA has been bad just because that dude has made a lot of money and won an NBA Finals. So, I mean, there's not much else to do. I mean, obviously he had a bad season this year, but that's about it. All right. You want to give us your pick for NBA Finals, guys?
Suns, baby.
Suns?
Yeah.
Suns are the favorite. Suns are plus 50.
Sorry, they're the best team.
Yeah.
Revenge for 93. Shout out to
you get the Suns up.
Shout out to Charles Barkley and Dan Marjorie.
Yeah,
Marley,
my bad.
Just looking at the outright winners, God,
come on, Cody, make a pick. You pick Duke. You picked Duke, and they went to the final.
Just say the Bucks. Just say the Bulls.
Just say the Bulls at plus 10,000.
No, I want to pick a value one. How about Miami? Fuck it.
Okay, I like Miami. I like them better than Brooklyn. The fact that you got Brooklyn and Boston going up against each other. Plus 800, plus 900. I'd avoid that. I mean, Miami's went
to the finals for the Mickey Mouse finals. Like, like they just need Jimmy Butler to play like he did in the bubble, and get the same contributions they've been getting from the rest of their team all season. And they're a tough team. I mean, we've watched them beat up on the Bulls all year.
They're extremely deep. Bucks versus Suns, Bucks back to back. Giannis is insane. Giannis is insane. But you know who's also insane? The guy who should be the MVP this year of the NBA, Joel Embiid. And you know who's also insane? James Harden. So I'm gonna go plus 1,400. I'll go with the Sixers. I like the Sixers.
Forgot about the Sixers.
They're gonna have a tough matchup against the Raptors, mainly because Matisse Thybulle isn't vaccinated, so they're gonna be without one of their best players when he's up in Toronto. But hopefully they're able to win all the games in Philly, and maybe that won't be an issue for them here on out. Everyone's sleeping on Memphis, is what Luke says. Memphis plus 1,200. So right in between our Heat and 76er pick is right there. I just don't think has enough to win the title. Winning the title is a big thing.
I think they're close.
Don't think he's got it yet.
Not yet. They need that like playoff. They need to get beat, and then the next year.
Yeah, they need a more established second star to win a title, but they're close, absolutely. The only other one I like to was I want to throw this out before we wrap this up. Going back to the NBA playoff series, Mavericks to win the series plus 220. If any team's going to pull off the upset here, this is like the Richmond Spiders when I picked them over Iowa. I'll roll with the Mavs to win that series. So
can't go wrong with Luka. He's pretty good.
That's plus 220. Yeah, my boy Luka. So we'll go with Luka on that one. Any final bets, Cody, before we wrap this up?
I also like Nuggets plus 185 to beat the Warriors. Can't bet against Jokic, man. He's a stud. I love him.
Yeah, talk about MVPs,
and it should be fun. Yeah, you got two MVPs in that one, Steph and Nikola Jokic there, and you got Ghost Miko saying Golden State to the finals. So that's gonna wrap it up. I got Nikola Jokic to have a big game in Game 1, and Nikola Jokic has carried that team year in and year out in the playoffs. They go as far as he goes. So we'll go Nikola Jokic on Saturday, 25 points, 10 rebounds to get the win. But other than that, we'll be recapping all the action on Monday. We'll be talking about all that fun stuff, all the money that we've won. And Charles Ruby will end it on here. If Luka is healthy, they are my dark horse. Luka is the third best player in the world. And if he's healthy, they're the only team that I think can beat the Suns in the West. I would agree, but they might have the Memphis issue. And you know, they did have KP, but KP wasn't a great fit in Dallas, but I don't know if they have a second guy to really take over. And that's the one thing that helped the Bucks. I mean, Chris Middleton became into that second guy. So if any of these teams have a second guy emerge, maybe that's the thing that we have to watch. Maybe that's your NBA finals, is if, you know, Dallas can develop a second guy, if Memphis can develop a second guy, or if Miami, if they get a guy that, maybe that's Kyle Lowry. That's the way that those teams can really boost up and possibly make a run. Boost. And since we're using points that use promo code CHGO,
I gotta go eat a sandwich. Let's go.
Wrap it up. $2,000. Hey, I thought my weekend started yesterday, and I just did a 30-minute show. So that's gonna wrap it for Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. We were produced today by the Law Dog. Shout out to his sick ass Pearl Jam poster. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to Charlie, Tiff, Ghost, and Luke for being in the chat. We will talk to you on Monday when we are millionaires.